Hey y'all, welcome back. Recently someone had sent me a photo of a wreath similar to this that they'd found on Pinterest and wanted to know if I could make a video showing how to do one. So I grabbed a bunch of items from the Dollar Tree and this is what I came up with. I hope y'all enjoy it. Alrighty y'all, let's get started with this. So first off, I have a 14-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree. Actually, everything here is from the Dollar Tree, okay? A bag of these little skulls, a bundle of black roses, 2 rolls of orange mesh, 2 rolls of purple mesh, one of these big plastic chains, 2 rolls, which I think this should be plenty. Actually, 1 roll should be enough. I don't know. We'll see. But just in case, I've got 2 rolls of this wired ribbon, 1 roll of this purple sparkly ribbon, and, oh, come over here, dude. I've got one of these Reaper ghosty skeleton looking things, also from the Dollar Tree, and his arms bend, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to sit him over here off to the side while we work on this. I also have some scissors, a bag of pipe cleaners, a hot glue gun and glue sticks, and I think that is it. Well, you'll need something to measure with, because I think I'm going to use my blossom method on this wreath. I think that will look the best. And so to do the blossom method, first off, you're going to take your mesh and cut one piece 30 inches long, okay? And for each blossom, you're going to need 2 pieces of mesh. So you need to cut 2 pieces 30 inches long, and then cut 2 pieces of the wired ribbon. And I measured that against my mesh. And this mesh is 6 inches long. And the way I measure the ribbon is I go 1.5 times the length. Just like that, which will give you roughly a 9-inch piece of ribbon. So you're going to need 2 of those. I didn't want this wreath to be all black. So that's why I'm throwing in the purple and the orange to kind of give it some more Halloween colors. And then we're going to measure this purple ribbon in the same way. Boink. And measure this one like that. It don't have to be exact. And then dovetail the ends. That's just cutting a little V into the ends, just like that. I do that on all of my pieces of ribbon. Oh, let him go. There you go. Cut this like that, and then like that. Now we're going to do the wired ribbon. You can fold your ribbon and cut it all at once if you want to. I don't like doing that. I do mine just like this, and I manage just fine. So you cut yours however you want. Like that. And like that. Now with my rolled method wreaths, I use half of a pipe cleaner for each section or each little bundle. But for these, I use a whole pipe cleaner because there's going to be a lot of mesh going into this. So I'm going to use a whole pipe cleaner and just bend it in half. Let's get this out of the way. I've got half of my table's full of Christmas stuff and half is full of Halloween stuff. So I've only got this tiny little section right here to work in. I'm making Christmas ornaments for an upcoming video. Alright, get out the way. So now, to make the blossoms, all you do is take one of your 30-inch pieces of mesh and lay it with the cut end toward you like that. And put your thumbs right here in the center. And then take your other fingers and just gather it up just like this. Whee! Okay, and then you got something that looks like that. You just clamp that between your fingers like this. And now we're going to layer 2 pieces of ribbon. One of the printed and one of this glittery. And you want the pretty side that you want to actually see on your wreath. That needs to be facing upward and towards your fingertips. And then you're just going to clamp it between your fingers just like that. Now take your pipe cleaner and sandwich everything in between it. Try to get it centered. And I'm just going to bend everything down and then give this a good couple twists in the back. 2 should be enough. Okay, now fluff it out like this. And that is the first part of your little blossom here. just like that. Okay, now we're going to do that exact same thing with another piece of mesh. So get that mesh and put the cut in towards you and your thumbs right in the middle. And let's use your fingers and gather it all up. See, there's your little, I don't even know what you want to call that, part of your blossom. And here's the wired ribbon and the glittery ribbon. Just layer them together with the pretty side towards your fingertips. Clamp it just like that. Now, take your blossom, your other part of your blossom, with your pipe cleaners running this way, and just lay this down on top of it so that it has crossed just like that. Now take your pipe cleaner and just give it another good twist or two. And there's that. Now we're just going to flatten out our ribbon and get it looking nice, because it don't look so nice right now. Because we're going to glue something to the center of it here in a minute. So you kind of want to try to get your ribbon all situated, because right now it's all cattywampus, and we want to try to get it flattened out as much as possible. That's looking okay. Now I can go back here in a few minutes and fix it. But now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to take one of these roses here. Let's take this one. And I'm just going to rip it off of its little stem. And I think I'm going to trim this right here. This little piece where it was attached to the stem. I think I'm just going to trim that off. Like that. Watch it fall apart on me. Now I want to glue one of these little skulls down into the flower. I think I'm just going to hold it like this. Okay. And I'm just going to put a bunch of hot glue down in the center right there. And then take the back side of this skull. Well, technically not his back side. You know what I'm saying. The back of his little head. And I'm just going to glue it right down in there. Just hold it just like that till the glue sets up. Ooh, creepy. And then I'm going to, I cut the little nub, whatever you want to call it, a little close, I think, on this one. But it's okay. I won't do that on the next one. Just put you a big old blob of hot glue in the center of your blossom here. And I'm just going to press this flower down into it like that. And then I'm going to hold it until the glue sets up. And that might take it a few seconds, because I do use Gorilla Glue, and it's the high temp kind. So it can take it a few seconds to set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to attach them to the wreath. Okay, so now my blossom, the glue has dried, and isn't that awesome? I love the way this looks. I would so totally just wear this in my hair just to get people's reactions, because I'm like that. I'm kind of like Garcia from Criminal Minds, if you know who she is. I've always been that way. I love stuff like that. But okay, before we start attaching these, first off I want to show y'all what I'm going to be doing with this guy. And I'm going to have him attached to the wreath pretty much like this. So he's going to be covering up a good amount of the bottom. So you're not going to have to make the blossoms to go all the way around the wreath. I'm going to start right here on this little crossbar here that separates the sections. I think I'm going to use that as a starting point, and I'm going to attach one of my blossoms right there, because see, this guy's top heavy, and if I just attach his arms like this, he's going to be flopping around. So I'm going to take the string. After I get my blossoms on, I'll do this. I'm going to attach the string right here to this center bar, just to kind of help to hold his head up, and the blossom will cover that. You won't be able to see the string. And I just think that it would look better if I could have one blossom kind of centered, you know, to keep everything in line. So I'm going to put him back over here, and then I'm going to start attaching my blossoms. And attach a couple and then hold the skeleton up to it, you know, just to see how far down you need to go. So let's start with this one. I want this one to be in the dead center. Dead center. That pun was not intended, but it was a darn good one. And I'm going to attach it right here. And we're only going to be working on these two center bars here. So I'm going to take one end of the pipe cleaner. I'm going to wrap it here. And then the other one, I'm going to wrap it here. And let's just hold this in place. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it around. I don't want to lay it flat down on the table because I don't want to smash my skull and tear it up. Now I'm just going to give the pipe cleaners a few good twists. And usually at the end is when I come back and trim off the pipe cleaners. But that is what it will look like once you trimmed them off and kind of smash them down. Okay, and so now for the next bundle, blossom, whatever, I've made one out of just the plain orange mesh, no ribbons, no nothing. I made it in the exact same way. 2 little bundles smashed together, and then I'm going to alternate one of these with these, okay? Back and forth like that, just to give it, like I said, some more Halloween color. So now I'm going to attach it to the form just like I did this one over here. Let's twist the pipe cleaners around. Okay, and now I'm going to just trim off like that. And I'm just going to take this and just kind of scooch it over here, sort of behind this one. And then I'll put another orange one over here, and I'm just going to alternate these back and forth. So I'm going to keep adding my blossoms and then hold my little skeleton up here to see exactly how many I need. And when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll show you, exactly how many I have and how we're going to attach our skeleton. Okay, this is what I have so far. I love these. I love how these came out. I'm pretty thrilled with them. So I have 5 of the blossoms with the skulls and ribbon. I have 4 without. And this is what it looks like on the back after I have trimmed down the pipe cleaners. Okay, so now I have my little skeleton guy here. And yes, I have some rhinestones laying around. Some purple rhinestones in his eyes to give him a little bit of glitz and glamour here. Now around his arms, if you pull his shroud thingy back, see, this is how his arms are constructed, and I just wrapped a pipe cleaner around each wrist, and I'm going to use that to attach it to the wreath. But like I said earlier, my center blossom here, that's where I'm going to attach this string. And let's see, right here, where's the center? I know this is so hard to see on camera, I apologize. Just try to pull this up a little bit, and now I'm going to flip it over. That might make it easier to tie this. I don't want to tie it up too high because then his head's going to be all crammed up in the mesh. So let's see what I can do here as far as tying a knot. It's kind of hanging off the edge of my table here and putting some weight on it, just making it difficult to tie. Okay, let's see. I think that looks good. I'll tie that really tightly, and then let's go do it again. I'll try to do it again. There we are. Okay. Now, turn it over, see how that looks. All right, I think that is pretty centered. Of course, I can fix it once I get it off the table here. Now, to attach his arms, I'm just going to take the pipe cleaners. I'm going to move this blossom here. Oh my gosh, this stuff sticks to this mesh like no tomorrow. So we'll bend his arms up and then take the pipe cleaner and just wrap it around the form and tighten it down just like this. And then I'll go back and I'll trim the edges off just like I did for the rest of the wreath. Let's see how that looks. That looks okay. I'm gonna bend my little blossom doohickey here. Okay, now let's go do the other arm. It needs to be bent a little bit more. Now under this blossom here, I'll just take my pipe cleaners and do the exact same thing. Just run it around the 2 center pieces and tighten that down. Oh, come on. Lord. This thing's aggravating because his shroud here, I guess that's what you want to call it, a shroud? I don't know. It's clinging to everything. Okay, like I said, I will cut those off when I'm done here. Okay, now let's get everything down here. And now for the chain, I just thought that would give it like a nice little extra touch. Like I said earlier, someone had sent me a photo of something similar that they had found on Pinterest, and I kind of put my own spin on it. But I just want the chain to kind of drape in the center, and then I'm going to just kind of stick his hand through it, a few of his fingers, just like that. And if you want to, you can put like a dot of hot glue on there just to hold it in place, which I may do that once I get everything exactly where I want it. I think I want to try to get this kind of sort of centered so that, you know, there's kind of like an equal amount of links on each side of the chain. And I think that'll work. Okay, I'm going to remove this, let it hang down a little bit, just like that. Alright, so now that I've got my chain attached, not quite. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 4 links. I got 4 links hanging down on each side here, and I think that'll be plenty. So I'm just going to cram it on his hand here, and that will be that. So, okay, there we are. See, I just kind of crammed his hands in there. All right, and now he is done. So I hope that you enjoyed this one. This one was really fun to make. I really did enjoy making this one. So if you would, please give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.